integer solutions. A minus AB minus B is equal with 10. So case 1. So let me take a case 1. So case 1 is A minus AB minus B is equal with 10. So let me add the both sides plus 1. And I have A minus AB minus B plus 1 is equal with a 10 plus 1. So now here I can take a common factor, and common factor for the first group is a times 1 minus b. Second group, I'm going to rearrange a little bit. Plus 1 minus b is equal with 11. And now if we are factoring this one here, it's going to be 1 minus b, because 1 minus b is factor for both groups, times a plus 1 is equal with 11. And now in first case, I'm going to take 1 minus b is equal with 11. Okay, so 1 minus b is equal with 11. And if I'm adding both sides plus minus 1, so it turns out it's going to be minus b is equal with 10. But when I'm multiplying by minus 1, when I'm rearranging a little bit, b is going to be equal with a minus 10. So now, if I'm taking here a plus 1, is equal with 1, because this I can write as 11 times 1 is equal with 1 minus b times a plus 1. Minus 1 both sides, so it turns out a is equal with 0. So this is the first set of the solutions. Now if I'm going in a second set solution, case 2, and if I'm taking these factors, 1 minus b times a plus 1, and I equate this with 11. But now, instead to take 1 minus b equal with 11, I'm taking 1 minus b equal with 1. 1 minus b is equal with 1. Both sides minus 1, it turns out, so from this implies b is equal with 0. So in this case 2. But if I'm taking now a plus 1 is equal with 11. A plus 1 is equal with 11. Minus 1 both sides, it turns out a is equal with 10. So this is a second set solution. Now I'm going in this case 3. So let me change the colors. Case 3, I'm taking the same factors, 1 minus b times a plus 1 is equal with 11. But now let me factor here one negative sign. And this is going to be negative b minus 1. Okay, is equal with a plus 1 is equal with 11. And now I'm taking with this b minus 1 and I equate with 11. So let me equate b minus 1 is equal with 11. And now with simple plus 1 both sides, the b is going to be equal with 12. And if I'm taking this negative now, because this negative we cannot throw away, if I'm distributing in a plus 1, because commutative property in multiplication works, so I can write this expression as a minus a plus 1 times b minus 1. And if I'm distributing negative here in minus a minus 1, okay, minus a minus 1 is equal with 1. If I'm adding both sides plus 1, minus a is going to turn out to be equal with 2, but when I multiply and simplify a little bit, so a is a minus 2. So this is a third set of the solution. And the fourth set of the solution, so let me write a different color. Case 4, I can take the same here, this factor, but let me write this way, minus a plus 1, so I'm writing in this form, and b minus 1 is equal with 11. In the first case, I took a b minus 1, 11, but let me take in this case now b minus 1 is equal with 1. And this turns out b to be equal with 2. And now minus a minus 1 is equal with 11. and was gonna plus 1 both sides. And when I'm simplifying everything, so this equation with 1 unknown is easy to simplify, is going to be equal with minus 12. And those are 4 set of the solution for this equation. For the equation a minus ab minus b is equal to 10 has at least these 4 set solutions.